Are we live? Yes, we are live. What's up? What's up? What's up? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to go full time as a coach. All right. So make sure you say what's up. Make sure you say, hey, if you are watching the replay, make sure you let me know that you're coming in watching the replay. My name's Ryan McMorris. And for the last 7 years of my life, I've been helping people build coaching businesses. We started building our own coaching business in 2015, where I took on my very first client. We still have a coaching business. Right now, we run several businesses, and we like to share everything that's helped us grow our business over the years. So that's why we're here. All right. If you're new to the group, let me know that you're new, and I can't wait to share some insight with you. All right. So let me make sure I've got everything for this. All right. Let's get into the business. So today, again, I'm going to be sharing how to go full time. I'm going to break down some numbers for you. I'm going to share my story and how we were able to do it and how we help people go full time, especially working a full time job. So this is a very unique one, okay? Because a lot of times we do take on coaches that are already bringing on clients, or they already take on clients already full time, that kind of thing, okay? But I am going to be breaking down how to do this, how to go full time, how to go full time with a job. All right, let's do this thing. All right, so I think this is a very unique conversation. This came up from one of our guys on a call the other day that we did. And I figured, you know what, this is something that we should do for everybody. Okay. So let's just, let's start here. Okay. Because I feel like belief is going to create what you, belief is everything that you need with this. All right. So back in 2015, let me share my screen real quick. Let's share my screen flat out. Different window, and we're gonna go here. All right, and we're gonna go here. All right. So let me know if you can see my screen, and let me know if you can hear me. Okay. So this question came up, and I feel like it's a really good question. I feel like a lot of us probably feel this way. Okay. Especially as you go into building a coaching business, you're like, how can I go full time? How can I make this thing a full-time gig, especially if you work a job right now? Okay. Now let's just say that your job is a six-figure job. Okay. So let's just say you pull in about $8,000 per month in your job, which is about $100,000 per year. Okay. Now, let me know below in the comment section, what amount are you trying to replace? Okay. Because if you're trying to go full time as a coach, okay, I'm going to break down the three things that you have to do in order to do just that. Okay. So let me know what you were trying to replace. All right. I'm going to do this based off the numbers from my last job. Okay. I was making about $70,000 per year. Okay. So you divide that, and let's just see. So Ryan, back in 2014, I was making about $70K per year. Okay. So let's break that down by the month. That way we can look at it, because again, you really want to break down the numbers of like what you're trying to do. Okay. So back then I was doing about $5,800 a month in revenue. Okay. Understand that, like, when you're making $5,800 a month at a W-2 job, that is not what you walk away with, right? Okay. And back in 2014, that's where my mindset was. I was like, yo, if I'm making this amount of money, I should be walking home with this. And at the end of the day, I was paying like, probably about $1,200 a month in taxes. Okay. And so obviously everybody understands that once you truly go full-time entrepreneur, like you get so much more to write off. There's a beauty of having a job and being a business owner, okay? But I want you to think about this for a quick second with me. The question that came up was, I feel like I just can't get started because I don't see the inroad of matching my income. Let me know if you've ever felt like that, just by commenting the word feels in the comment section for me really quick. Have you ever felt like it's hard to get started in something because you can't see what it would really feel like to replace that income? So if you were really trying to replace an income of $8,000 per month, and let me know if there's an amount of income that you're looking to replace, okay? Let me know that in the comment section, okay? The other thing that I would really want you to heed on is a lot of us, we say, yo, I got to make $10,000 a month, okay? So let's just say your goal is you say you got to make $10,000 per month. And then I'll ask you, well, how much are you making right now? And then you'll be like, oh, well, I make like 6,000. So like you see the disconnect already with your goals and like how you're going about building your business. Like everything is already off because you are telling yourself that you got to make $10,000 a month where you really don't, because you're already getting by. You're already like living a good life at 6K. You know what I mean? So does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense in the comment section real quick. All right. So guys, understand that when I get these numbers down, I can get clear about what I got to actually match. Okay. Because here's the deal. I was making $5,800 a month, and I was able to get my coaching business, okay, to about $4,000 per month, okay, which was not matching my income. A lot of us, we think that we can't go full time until we match our income, and that's just not the truth, okay? So let me know, does this make sense so far, guys? Because I think a lot of it, when it comes to like thinking how we approach going full time, how we approach leaving our job, okay? Like if you have a job, let me know, just type the word job in if you still work a full-time job, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't bash anybody with a job anymore. I was working a job with a multiple seven-figure coaching business agency. I took a job. I took a job as a CMO, and it was awesome. Doesn't make sense. If that doesn't make sense, that makes dollars. That's what I'm talking about. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. A lot of this, guys, is going to come down to pure mindset, okay? Type that in the comment section for me. Mindset. Because if we don't approach leaving your job the right way, then it's going to be this scary thing that never truly happens, okay? I know that feeling because I remember when I started to build my business and I was starting to make this amount of money, okay? I didn't reinvest that money back into my business well, okay, which I should have done way better back then. And two, one thing I did do is I started saving my money better, okay? So there's this transition that's got to happen when we're going full time, okay? So again, the first step is understanding that you do not have to match your income to leave your job, okay? Like that, I mean, and again, I know a lot of us, like my man Gene over here, like you, the job that you have, right? The thing that you do, like I have a job, I run an agency. It's basically a job, right? But like, I'm not going, it's my business, is my job. You know what I mean? So that's a beautiful place to be. Okay. The other person, if you do have a job, okay, mindset. Right? Take off the T. We're talking about mindset. All right. So here's the thing that I want you to realize. Like, if you're making $5,800 and you got your number, let's just say your number is my number, and you're making $5,800 a month. My goal isn't to make $5,800 per month in my business. My goal is to get to a place where I'm making like $3,000 a month. Okay. So let's write this out. All right. If my job is paying me $5,800, my goal should be to get to $3,000 per month, okay, in revenue, okay? Because if I can do that, then all I have to do is get about halfway, okay? I'm looking to get halfway to my goal or to my job income. Why? Because I know that if I'm spending 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day at this place, but I can create an extra $3,000 a month over here, then that's going to accrue over month one, and I can save it. Okay, so I'm going to stack 3,000 over here, and then month two, I'm going to stack another. I've got another 6,000. You see what I'm doing here? And then I've got 9,000 stacked. And I'm going to do the same thing for month 5 and month 6, because in order to truly create a place where you can walk away from your job, you've got to have at least 6 months of like good revenue put back into a savings account. Okay. Like you got to set yourself up to leave. You've got to really truly set yourself up to leave your job, or you're never going to leave your job. The beautiful thing about this is if you've got an offer that's $3,000, okay, and this is where most of us, again, you can see where the holes are when it comes to going full time in your business. Okay, if your offer is $3,000, that's one client per month, right? So now this one client that I take on per month, okay, is now setting me up to leave my job if I want to. Look, if you work a job that you hate, that's the problem. Jobs aren't a bad thing, right? As business owners, we got to realize that like jobs aren't bad, because if you have a successful business, then a successful business provides jobs for people. I know for me in my business, or our businesses, we want to give people the opportunity to work jobs that they love. You know what I mean? Like Jennifer, she's one of our client success directors. She loves what she's doing, right? Like I'd love putting her in a position so she can do what she loves to do and, enjoy life doing it, make a lot of money doing it. Same thing for another one of our guys. His name is Ankh. You guys may know him. He is another one of our client success directors. This guy, we were able to help him leave his job by giving him another job that he actually enjoys and has fun doing and loves to do. And he can do it from anywhere. He can do it from a laptop. Okay. So this is as an entrepreneur, like you growing your business gives people the opportunity to go out and and create jobs that they love, right? So here's the thing. You got to pick your number. What's your number that you are trying to replace, and then cut it in half, okay? Because if I'm making $3,000 a month in my business, but I know that like my job is paying me $6,000, and I'm able to get into a 6-month window of taking what my business is making and put it back, then I can leave my job, because now this place can't afford to keep me. Because guess what? If you're spending, let's just say 8 to 10 hours per day, and be honest with me here, if you're spending 8 to 10 hours a day to make this, and you are spending, let's just say 2 hours a day to build this, because we're not building our business off of exchanging of time. Okay. There's a compound that happens when we're building these types of businesses, because I'm just taking on one client here. Okay. So everybody has the time to take on that client. Okay. Now, what happens if you no longer have this 8 to 10 hours a day, and you've established like a foundation to your business where I know I can bring on one client per month? So if I'm no longer spending 8 hours a day at this job, but I know that the time that I put into my business and what I've set my business up to do can bring me in one client, and it takes me about 2 hours a day to do that. Well, now I've set myself up to bring in 3 to 5 clients per month. Okay. And it puts me in this place where I now know that I can't afford to work here, because if I'm bringing in 3 clients, or let's just say I'm bringing in 5 clients times 3,000, that's $15,000 per month. So now I just went from this 5,800 to my 15K. And what happens here is, because I set myself up to stack this cash, okay, because I went and put myself back 12K, 15K, right? 18K, right? That's how we set ourselves up to leave our job within a 6-month to 12-month span of time. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense in the comment section, because I really want you guys to like see this and how it's like laid out, because it's not just some luck thing. Like, you, in order to like leave a job or transition from a job, especially going from like job to full-time entrepreneur business, especially in the coaching space, taking on clients, that kind of thing, what you want to do is you want to set yourself up. Everybody can take on 1 client per month. The caveat here is your offer set up to help you do that? Okay. Because if you take on 1 client per month, and over the course of that 6 months, you would have had 6 clients. Okay. And you would have stacked all that cash. And the beautiful part is, when you have money stacked away, you can then decide if you still want to stay at the job and have ads running while you're at work. Okay. Here's the thing that I did. Okay. I knew when I was at work, then I had to take the money that was coming from my job and take a little bit of the money that was coming from my business, and I had to make sure that I had leads coming in. Okay. So while I was spending 8 to 10 hours a day at my job, I knew that it was generating me leads. So I had leads to talk to when I got out of my job, or I had leads to talk to on my lunch break, or when I took a break. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense, guys. So you, again, does my plan exactly work out to where like this works out for everybody? No, but systematically, like, you got to put yourself in a place where your offer's right, where 1 client a month can help you stack. Okay. And then you've got to find your number. What amount of work and time does it take me to get that 1 client at 3K? And then I put it back. Okay. A lot of us, we're putting unnecessary pressure on our businesses that just doesn't need to be there. Okay. So what happens is, like, we don't need to like put this pressure of like running this business where, you know, we say like, man, I need this business to do 10 clients a month. We're like, no, like, we don't. We need to get it to where it's doing 1 and we can scale it. Right. So again, first steps, you got to pick what is your match number, and then you've got to cut it in half. My match number was $5,800 per month. That's what I was making at my job. Okay. And, you know, I was still living paycheck to paycheck. You know, I had dumb stuff, and I wasn't really approaching my exit strategy like a real exit strategy. Okay. So when I had to match my income, instead of thinking I got to make $6,000 per month to leave this job, I could really leave it on 3 if I was living life the right way and reinvesting in my business the right way. Okay. So when I realized I could really survive off 3,000, and I was able to stack a little bit, I wasn't able to go the full 6 months. This is ideal. Okay. This is ideal. I wasn't able to stack $20,000 or $18,000, but I was able to take on 1 client and 1 client and 1 client. And eventually I got fired from that job. And the other thing that I'll mention to you is I ended up going to get a less career-based job in between really catapulting my business. So I started doing baseball lessons in between that. So I went from like career, where that was like the main income source, right? And then the job was then my business was like my secondary income source. Then I made this transition of my business was the main income source, and I supplemented it through some like odd jobs here or there. Everybody's different. Everybody's got different situations, different kids, different time. Everybody's different. Okay. And then that extra time that I had, I could scale this. I scaled my business with extra time. The thing that we can't fall into is thinking that like thinking that we can scale zero. Okay. You cannot scale zero. That's the thing here. Okay. So first of all, pick your number that you want to match, cut that in half, and then match your half with your offer. Okay. That's where we got to get to. And if you need help designing that offer, then you got to get that help. Reach out to one of our team members, comment the word impact, do something, but you got to match this. Okay. You match the goal now with this. You can create congruency here. It's going to help you crush it a ton. Okay. Then it's going to put you in a position where you know, okay, like, what do I got to do? Everybody listening to the sound of my voice can create one client a month. Okay. Even if you had to break down the price of like, you know what, it's $3,000, but I'm going to give it to you for $500, or I'm going to give it to you for $1,000. We do the same thing at our school. Like the normal tuition at our school is like $10,000 per year. We didn't bring on the first families at $10,000 a year. We brought on one and they paid $3,000, for the whole semester. And it's like, all right, then they were like, all right, if we do this the first semester, the next semester you're going to have to pay full. So like sometimes you just got to get people in, but you got to stack it away. Okay. You got to stack and you got to reinvest. And if you can get into a place where you're like, all right, I'm stacking my cash, I'm reinvesting where I need to. Sometimes it's reinvesting in support. Sometimes it's reinvesting in ads. Sometimes it's reinvesting in traffic. Sometimes it's reinvesting in support, like in inner support. Like you may be taking on clients and you're still working your job. That's fine. Like you may be like somebody, you may hire a coach with some of the extra cash. Okay. Like when we make more money in our school, like that means bringing on more teachers, bringing on a director. And then all of a sudden it's like, you've got this machine that's working without you. Okay. But you got to start here first. It's so important that you don't try to go out and like match your income. That's like the worst thing that you can do. Okay. For most people, I get it. I mean, everybody's different, but for most people, especially the ones that feel like my guy did when he came to me and he was like, dude, I just haven't really truly started because I can't see the finish line. I can't see what it looks like for me to like actually walk away from this job that's paying me 10 grand a month. Well, don't go out and try to make 10 grand a month. That's the thing. You got to go out and say, all right, like what can I do to make 5 grand a month? Okay. So if I had to make 5 grand a month and take on one client, could I do that? What would that $5,000 offer look like? Right? You see are you following me here? And then it's like, well, maybe, just maybe the $5,000 offer is a little steep. What if I cut the $5,000 offer into a $2,500 offer? Could I take on 2 clients per month? Does that make sense? Because that belief in your head is going to get you started. And then all of a sudden, you have the right things in place. You start taking on 1 client per month, 2 clients per month. Boom, you got your 5K. You stack that 5,000, continue to do your job well, continue to work your job. You stack that 5K. Okay. Like you have to understand, like the Bible is teaching us how to like sow seeds, right? But we're not using $1 correctly. So if we understand how to use $1 correctly, this is part of it. This is part of like your journey. If you feel like God is taking you to a place where you are a full-time coach and you're creating the impact that you want and you're creating the space that like you're really making a difference in the world with your expertise and your ability, your skill, this is part of it. This is part of those lessons, guys. Like, this is what we got to do. And the trick, though, that keeps us stuck is thinking that we got to match our income. All right. So I'm out. I am almost out of time. Let me know if you have any questions about this. I want to help you go full time. All right. If you work a job right now, I support you. I support you building this business and you making that transition from job to entrepreneur. You making that transition from job to entrepreneur is not easy. Okay. I thought it was. I think a lot of people on the internet, they make it feel like it's some easy thing, and it's not. It's not an easy thing. But if you have a game plan and you game plan this the right way, you're going to set yourself up for so much more success, okay? Because if you've got a little bit of cash stashed away and you do this the right way, you can approach your business from a place of not having to like you don't have to feel stressed about bringing on new clients. You've got 6 months stashed away, at least 3, right? And so you don't have to approach bringing on a new client like with this stressful, needy energy of like, I gotta get a new client this month. You know what I mean? Like, I know for 6 months I don't have to bring on a client. I'm good. Do I want a 6-month drought? Of course not. But I'm good. And I've got that back. I've got my little side gig, you know. I can go get a bartending job or, you know, do some baseball lessons or do some personal training or something, right? It'll supplement the cash because a lot of times we put pressure on our business that's unnecessary. Okay. So having a better game plan to approach going full time is what we all have to do. Does everybody's game plan look the same? Of course not. But everybody needs one. Okay. All right. That's all I got for you. If you need help putting together your game plan of going full time in your coaching business, just comment the word impact. That way one of our Clarity coaches can connect with you and they can help you design a game plan for you to hit your goals and do it in the right way. And if you need help executing that, they can show you what that looks like as well. But the game plan is free. All right. I'm out of here, my friends. Y'all have an amazing day. Make sure that you pin the group, that you're getting all notifications inside of the group. And if you ever have any questions, please post your questions inside of the community, post your progress, post anything. Our teams are here to help you throughout the week. Have a good one. See you.